My name is Alicia Lopez. And I'm the proud mother of United States Marine Corps, Corporal Hunter Lopez. I would first like to start off by speaking of my son. Hunter has been described as a Marine's Marine. He knew he had to be prepared physically, mentally, and tactically. He invested countless hours working out, reading military history, listening to tactical podcasts. He invested hours upon hours at the range on his own time and bought himself the best gear to use. He would not settle for second best. He did all of this without leaving others behind or to fend for themselves. I would venture to say that in addition to service to the country, after having trained, lived, and known his close Marine friends for many years, Hunter also dedicated to protecting and looking out for the well-being of his fellow Marines. Second, I would like to thank everyone who has made this endeavor possible and given all our families a voice. This is an important process for us, for our family, and I believe there's more that needs to be disclosed, not only to the families of the fallen, but to all the veterans who served in Afghanistan and to the American public. To say it's time to move on and there's nothing more to be said as to the planning and the execution of how our country wrapped a 2-decade war is an insult to all of us. Some may ask why we are just coming forward now. And although there is no singular answer, reasons include patience for the system to work. The military asked we allow them time to gather information, evidence, time to conduct interviews, and generally find answers to questions my family had. Another reason is faith. Faith that the right thing would be done, and the answers to tough questions we had would be answered. Some answers were provided. However, as time went on, the answers provided were overshadowed by new information and testimony, only sparking more questions, doubts, and concerns. The reality is that items of concern to my family, and perhaps to all of us, can be answered by a true account of who made decisions, who did or did not, what advice was provided, and why or why not was it not followed. I have no illusion that anyone will be prosecuted or terminated for ignoring intelligence or making bad decisions, not even for lying. To all our Gold Star families, this outcome is sad, but it is what we have to come to expect from a system that would prefer to hold secrets for decades and beyond until someone finally has the decency to unseal classified information that would bring solace to grieving families and answers to so many questions and concerns. It is it's unfortunate, and really it's sad. Our system is quick to identify those at fault in faraway countries. But yet we are challenged to evaluate ourselves. We shy away from compromising careers of high-ranking officials, book deals, and future lucrative public speaking engagements. The reality is, if fault was to be found in someone who wore fatigues to work instead of a suit, they would be on trial long ago. If blame was cast on a young Marine who carried a rifle to defend his country and fellow Marines, that Marine's name would be on the evening news and media camped outside the front of his or her home. Mistakes were made, without a doubt. My request is that those mistakes are owned up to, that my family and the other Gold Star families hear the truth, and that we are made aware of who is accountable. We do not want a partial truth or truth told in a book release or when information is declassified 20, 30, or 40 years from now. As Americans, we want this truth. As Gold Star families, we deserve the truth. We deserved it 2 years ago, and we definitely deserve it today. I ask that our children are honored, those injured, and those that made it home from HKIA. That they be honored by speaking the truth. Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover, Sergeant Nicole G., Sergeant Johanny Pachardo, Staff Sergeant Ryan Naus, Corporal Dagan Page, Corporal Humberto Sanchez, Corporal Hunter Lopez, Hospital Corpsman Maxton Soviak, Lance Corporal Kareem Nakui, Lance Corporal Dylan Marola, Lance Corporal Jared Schmidt, Lance Corporal David Espinoza, Lance Corporal Riley McCullum.